Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is me just making a short video for a t-shirt design that I am about to make, and I just wanted to have a quick tutorial on how I do that. So for my designs, for my t-shirt designs, I generally use Clip Art Studio. Um, because no, not Clip Art Studio, sorry, Clip Studio Paint. It's quite it's quite sufficient for me in terms of what it is. I like to design and the things I want to do. So this is just a blank canvas. I'm going to start working on that. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if it's the kind of thing you're interested in. And yeah, I'll just crack on. So what I have before me is just a blank canvas. So the first thing I want to do is basically make a, I'm not making anything actually. What I'm doing is just labeling my canvases so I know exactly, you find out as I carry on what I'm trying to do, but the idea is just to know all the layers that I'm working with. It's good to just layer it so you know exactly what each layer represents. I will do a tutorial if anyone asks me to, but you can search all through YouTube. There are different tutorials on how to work with Clip Studio Paint. So I'm just going to be cracking on. I might not talk much, but yeah, just doing my design. So for my caricatures anyway, first thing I like, one of the things I like to do is segment them. So divide them into bits. So whilst this will cover the skull of my particular drawing, I also have another segment to cover apart the rest of the face. So over here is where I intend to put the lips, part of the nose, the chin and all of that. Ooh, well, I think I'll make the chin separate. I haven't gotten a hang on how I don't have a flow yet to my caricature generally. I think this is actually the first caricature I am making, but I'm quite confident it's going to be a nice one. So you have this, you've got, like I said, this is just a quick drawing. So I've got the face, I've got the chin, blah, blah, blah. Nose somewhere around here. This particular individual has a small nose, um, has really large lips. So I am going to, let me see. Yeah, make his lips, give him somewhat smile here, maybe just a brief one. Um, and then lay on the lips. So give him really large ones. This is not for anyone in particular, it's just this particular character and how I want to represent him. It's not to make fun of anyone or any race, it's just this is how I want to represent this particular character. So some lips there, curve it out a little. So I hope at this point you can see what it's beginning to look like. Um, I'm by no means claiming I am an expert with these things. It's just I know of a particular face, what I want it to um, look like for the particular t-shirt that I am designing. Um, I'll put a link on that. I'll put out a video on that once I'm done with it. But this is just, I thought of a design today and I was like, okay, well, you know what would make this design look a bit, you know, more appealing? It probably needs a face. So I've got my lips, I've got my ears somewhat now. Um, putting some eyes on it. So there are different styles. I don't even know. I just know when it comes to these kinds of this kind of art, that there are different styles generally regarding how characters and faces are presented. So I might try another style um, in a uh, different video. So I want him looking in this direction. That's why his pupils are brought in this manner. So I'm going to make him look in this direction. Um, Erase. I just want to, I just cut out a large chunk of it. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. I love Clip Out Studio. It's quite um, a nice software to use for art generally. I have seen videos of art of this nature being achieved or done through other software. Um, there's Pencil 2D, which I recommend for anyone who wants to start this kind of art. It does. There are a few tools there, and if you're not looking for anything that's too flashy or too precise, it does have the basic tools there: the pencil, the pen, colors. Um, you can even make some short animations, I think, with Pencil 2D. So just giving his ears a bit more definition. I don't know yet if this is what I want to end up with, but it's a fine start if you ask me. Do let me know what you think. I have been drawing for quite a while, but this is the first time that I'm actually attempting something of this nature. I want to make his lips, yeah, look curved towards here, yeah, and then smoothing them out from this area. Yep, 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 this makes sense. Put some definition there as well. And then, yeah, he's got a wide lower face. And then, I know I'd made a chin previously, but I think I'm going to change that a bit. Yeah, just chin here instead. Okay, so time to get rid of everything else. Like I said, this is a quick video. Actually, I'm just testing out a few things. I want to see how my OBS works with regards to making videos of this nature. Just checking out the clarity, checking out the voice recording. I have used OBS for other projects in the past, and it's always been my desire to see if I could. I'm just smoothing it. I don't need to do this. I'm just using it to basically figure out what I'm going to do next. But yeah, I've used OBS in the past to make videos of other projects. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm probably going to tidy it up at some point. But let's see if I can take this to the very end. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I want to see if I can um, make a recording of this from start to finish, and what that recording would look like, how heavy it would be, how easy it would be to upload to YouTube, and all that jazz. I'll just erase this, get this out of the way. Okay, so we have someone who I haven't really decided his expression yet. It's just kind of blank. Um, so we've got your eyelids. I'll put a few, just a little, in terms of lashes over here. I don't want him to. I'm not drawing a female, So I'm not going to make it fancy, but I do want him to have lashes. Expressions, maybe do one up, um, an eyebrow, going a bit, you know, maybe he's surprised or bemused, I don't know. One of the eyebrows I will draw in such a way that it goes slightly out of the frame of the face, which is what I've learned in terms of caricatures. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm just starting out, but what I've watched from cartoons and all of that, this is a good way to exaggerate features. What else? What else? What else? Maybe a few dents here to just make it a bit more defined. Yep, something quick. And then the easiest part of the caricature is the neck. So something really slender, nothing fancy. Boom. I'm not going to do too much here. This is my first one. We'll see how the other ones go. Now, the question is whether or not what do I want to do with this? Do I want to, you have to ask yourself if you want to do something of that nature. Do I want to give him a hair or not? I think for a start, I won't. I won't give him any hair. But well, in case you haven't noticed from my accent, you may not be able to tell from my accent, I am African. Um, but here is, I'm from the blessed country, Nigeria. And here there are tribes that you could have facial marks. So I'm just putting one here for him, tribal marks with some of the tribes in the country. So yeah, this in essence is my character. He doesn't have a name. I'm not. It's not that deep. I'm not using him for. I don't think there's much I'm going to use him for yet. Yeah, just doing a bit there. So you can see he is. I'm not sure there's anything wrong with this yet, but that's the thing. When you're making such videos, you might think it's all perfect, but you go back to the art and you're like, oh, that's a bit out of place. That doesn't make much sense. But hey, this is where I am at the moment. So the next thing after this is I want to um, just clean here up a bit. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. I might start zooming in, zooming out. A lot of people do, artists do this differently. If I was doing a proper, if I was really patient about this design, I would take out time to, define my layers, make my layers really defined. Um, but I'm going to keep it simple. Like I said, this is a speed work. So I'm going to look at the video, see how long it's taken me to do this from start to finish. All right, so most of him has been done. Now I'm going to go over to create another layer, new layer. This is going to be I want to make this really simple. So I'm just going to call it skin. Again, like I said, nothing fancy. Why did it go to a standard color set? Yeah, this is what I usually. So I'll make his skin a bit orange, ground, golden browny. Is it light? Is it a bit pale? I don't know yet, but let's see how we get on. Coloring. I don't want to spend too much time coloring it. I'll just do so a shortcut for me with regards to some of these things. If you want to Put the skin here. I'll make another layer, duplicate this layer. I do a lot of this when I'm doing my work because sometimes you make mistakes and you want to be able to get back to your original artwork. So that's why I'm making um, a copy of this. So yeah, the easy way to go about this, I'm just going to highlight as much of his face or capture as much of his face as I can um, at the start. That will include his lips, a lot of this. Oh, it's, well, it's fine. I'll color this brown. I probably should have avoided doing that to the eyes. You know what? Let's do this again. Let's do this again. I want to avoid his eyes just because it's easier for me. I just find it less stressful if I have to um, for parts that I don't have to color. So it's basically what I'm doing. Please remember to like, subscribe if this is what you want, and if you plan on enjoying more content like this, based on that, I'd know if it's something that I should do more of. Okay, he looks terrible right now, but I can assure you it's going to get really much better at this stage anyway. This is where I like to start physically adding in the color. You can feel free to skip all of this, but yeah, I just like filling in parts of the. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but doing it this way gives me an opportunity to chat and babble. Um, but yeah, I wonder what you're into. I know, drop me a comment, tell me what kind of art you're into, or if you're just someone who watches art and you don't really do any art, no judgments there. Growing up, um, whenever I found myself, expressing art in one form or the other, I'd usually have people who would just gather around just for interest's sake, not that they, wanted to draw or anything. So if that's your thing, yeah, you're fine. It's good to have you here. Um, so yeah, just I tried my best to cover him up the best way I can. I think that's most of his skin done. Just do something to his face as well. Okay, so this is his base. This is the base complexion I'm going for. Whether it's a good one, I'm not sure yet. I may change it, make it slightly darker. I'm not sure, but I think I might keep it this way. I might keep it this way. But his lips, I know, are going to be lighter. But yeah, this is just a skin complexion. Um, and yeah, the next thing I would do is I'm just making it up as I go. I would like to have a layer for his eyes. So new layer, I'll just type that as eyes. Um, or maybe I should go as specific as calling it pupils. And the color I want for that is something, well, it's when you go through this, you see parts of it that, well, okay. So choose another layer, go for pupils. I'll try and capture that the best way I can. I like this tool. It just makes my life very easy. I can just highlight the area I want to color and boom, instant coloring to that particular region. Um, yeah, that's that. I've noticed some parts of the skin um, that I'd like to color up as well. So there you go, all colored up, right? All taken care of, right? So I think it's probably best if I just noticed something over here. I don't like how, yeah, that got in the way. But now it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So he's got that for eyes, for pupils. I'd also want another layer, but this time, um, I wonder what that's called. What that sparkle? Is it the iris? I think that's what I'm um, doing now. So let's get that colored in. I would like that white, just white, beautiful white iris. Um, I'll make something else here as well. I don't want it to be too pronounced so it doesn't get into the color of the other parts. So yeah, that's him. Um, so what else do I want to start doing? I think at this stage I can start. This is how I work. It's not how everyone works, but this is how I work. So at this, well, no, I wanted to start putting in my pen, but I think I'm going to hold out on that. I want to put in a few more colors. So let's do something to his lips. So I want his lips lighter. So I'm going to choose a lighter shade of brown. First of all, I'll go to his skin and go and try and highlight an area that's not as dark. Um, then come over to his lips and see what I can do there. As before, I just come over here, try and capture his lips the best way I can. Just put a color there, beautiful. Come over here as well and capture those luscious lips. Right, so that's lips done. It's probably a bit bright. Dull them a bit. G. Yep, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Too bright, too dark? I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's better. Now, what he has on the lips is obviously what I'm going to use for as well. It's not obvious, but that's what I want to use as a lighter tone for all parts of his body. So I'll come back to the screen and you see exactly what I'm going to do there. But basically, let me just make that layer out. So this will be skin shade. Okay, I want to speed run through this entire thing. I wonder how long I spent. Hopefully, it shouldn't take more than an hour to get this whole thing done. Um, so I've got lips. What I want now, pupils. I'm going to have another layer for his eyebrow. Eyebrow. I'll make that dark. It's black. Just come over here. Give it something really, really defined. Curve it a bit. I'll still work on it later, but this allows me to give it that an initial look. So I'll do the same here as well. So I wonder if you've tried any caricature or anything funny in the past before, do let me know. Okay, so what else do I want to do to this young man? I think maybe it might not be a bad idea to start playing with the complexion, um, with the skin shade. So what I'll be doing here is I'll use my brush and start coloring in, coloring out areas that I want to, have a different shade. Maybe I shouldn't go with that. I will go with something darker, kind of brown. See how this goes on his skin. It's closer to his skin shade, so let's see if I can. Yeah. So the idea generally is it still works in terms of giving the character some definition. So I'm going to liberally apply all that shade in areas that to me would be reflecting a surface. So I'm looking at possibly, well, not possibly, but the way I'm seeing uh, the view from which I expect light, and again, there are tutorials on all of these things, but the view from which I expect light to hit this um, this cartoon is from here in the front. So if this is where light is hitting my art, then I expect that there will be shadows cast, or some, not shadows, but there will be parts of the drawing that has a different shade. Again, it gives the drawing um, that it gives it some realism, um, but it also gives it good definition as well. So those areas that light doesn't hit could be seen would appear darker. I know you know all I'm trying to say. I don't know why words can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. Um, so hopefully, as I'm doing this, you understand what I mean. Uh, and then put some over here as well. I'm not going to leave it this way. We're slowly getting, well, next we're going to get to the part of the art that I could possibly be one of the favorite parts of the work, if you ask me, which is one of my favorite tools on Clip Studio Paint. Some of you would have already guessed it by now, but I am a huge fan of um, I'm just going to, I'm not going to do much in terms of this part. Yeah, just give it a quick. Um, so I'm a huge fan of the blender. Um, I prefer using the blur effect to the blending effect. Well, it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want the color to totally fade in, it's probably best if you blend it. Or is it the reverse? Well, we'll see. We'll see by the time yeah, okay. So this is what I want. I want it to just kind of smoothen in and appear as natural as possible. So just blended that in, that portion in. I'll do that to his neck as well. So it looks a bit more natural. Now, this is not compulsory, but for this particular project, I'm quite happy to do this um, to this character. What do you think about this? Do you think would you like this on a character or not? Would you prefer just using base colors without the need to add shade? Tell me, let me know what your thoughts are on my shading. Right. So I don't know about you, but I think my character looks a bit more realistic. Again, like I said, this is not um, perfect work. I'm just trying to work on a few ideas. So what can I say? He's got good definition. I'm going to go to his lips, see if I can do the add the same effect over there. So lips as well to be slightly shaded. Let's do something here. Do something here. Yeah. What I haven't practiced, and I know I probably just need some time to learn, is how to make caricatures of actual people. It's just not enough time in the day to practice all of these things. But yeah, that would be nice if I could get it to look like someone in particular. Again, not using this as with any way of mocking anyone. No, it's not mocking. It's just that it's not deliberate to mock anyone anyway. Just felt the need to put it out there because the world we live in, you just need to explain a number of these things so it doesn't get taken out of context. Um, and then yeah, just darken this off. Uh, yeah, giving his lips a bit more, if you ask me, a bit more realism there. And boom. So I'm happy. I hope you are. And so it looks, it's what it is. What can we do to change? What more can be done at this stage? Well, there are a few parts that I can. Um, what's the word? So I want to at this stage. I'm going to pen. So I'm going to use my pen now. So reduce the tip size. Yeah, that looks all right. And put a bit more definition. So I have to be careful here. I hate this part. This is the worst, and to be honest, the part that I dread the most. Um, so it's about keeping one's um, strokes. Why is this not coming up? I am on pen. Oh, it's not on pen. Two. Yep. So yeah, one has to keep the strokes as even as possible. I really, really hate this part. Boom. Not too bad. Not too bad. Do the same here. The actual pen I'm using on um, Clip Studio Paint is the for effect line. People could use it for different things, but this is what I am using it for this particular project. I feel it would make my lines a bit more defined and less prone to error. I could tidy it up later on. I most likely will, but this should cover it up the way I want to for now. Um, obviously, I don't want this to be perfect. That's not what I'm aiming for. Um, right, so let's give this some definition as well. Yeah, just single strokes if you can, or if you're like me, just make the strokes as careful as you possibly can. I mean, you do what you can, really. Um, good. So, boom. Not really sure about that other line. I think I should have made it a bit more curvy just so I could reach that. Yeah, so this makes a bit much more sense. Um, and then to work on his other parts. So a nose. Yep, yep, yep. Good. Take this a bit low. Yeah, that's what I want. How am I doing in terms of time? I think I'm all right. That and that. Um, you probably have guessed that at the end of this, I am going to get rid of the pencil line. So you're not going to, hopefully you won't see the pencil anymore. Boom. I like that a bit. Not sure. I'll repeat that. So, I'll get rid of the pencil line, and so you won't see that annoying part of it. That's a bit off. You see why I hate this? Now, there are artists who can do this with little to no effort. But for some of us whose hands aren't steady, we just make a mess of it. Parts of me are telling me to leave it the way it is. I can always make up with with color later on. Come over here, do the same for, that's terrible. Do the same for this ear. Boom, color the rest up. Obviously the ear started from somewhere. Then yeah, so good. I want to do something here. Coolio. This has to be well defined. I don't like how that looks. Oh, I don't know if it's going to. Okay. And then lips. Ooh, I haven't done much with the tribal mark. Let's stop there. Good. Lip again. Take it down. Stop there. Not bad. Do something with this lip over here. Curve it. Boom. Not bad at all. Boom. This one's points. This one's out. I don't know. I'm just, for a number of these things, you just carry on. I'm giving you the impression that I've meant to do a number of the things that I'm doing, but really a lot of them is just going with the flow, testing out new things, and then just seeing how it fits. Okay, I like that. I actually stumbled across this pen in error. It wasn't like I was looking, I just picked any pen and this just happened to, and now I'm using it. I'm just in love with it. Coolio. We don't have to cover that up if we don't want to. I just want to give some strokes over here, make it a bit defined. Again, still on the definition. Okay, and then come over here. You can tell it's looking neater already, which is good. Come over here, work on the chin. Boom. Some chin here. Another one here. No, I don't like that stroke. I want it more for, yeah. Can I have a larger one? Good. A few here as well. I like it. Okay. I'll practice a bit more some other time, but this video will be finished. No, it's not good enough. It needs to be done properly. So let's see what I can do. Boom. It's not bad. I'll take it. I will take it. One stroke here. Boom. Another stroke here. Boo. And one here. Right. So this is my character. Um, I'm sure he's going to look much better once I'm done. but I'm quite pleased with what I've done so far. What else? What else? What else? It would be a good idea to have the same with regards to his tribal mark. I want him to have a similar. I'll use a pen to include that. So it's going to be lips and I'll call the layer lips and tribal marks. And so I come over here and use a pen. I think, yeah, use a pen, use a pen, use a pen. Okay, use a pen for this. Good. So he's got the marks. Um, then I go over to the pen section. I want to uh, get, I don't know if this is a good idea. You know what? I'll leave it the way it is. Um, it's a mark. I don't want to, it doesn't have to be as defined. And maybe that's it. Maybe this is the end. I don't know. Uh, yeah, maybe it's the end, but it might be a good idea for this character to have a shirt color. It might be a good idea for this character to have a shirt color, just to define things a bit more. Um, uh, just wondering what I'm supposed to do. Um, so almost done. I just need a shirt. I just need a shirt color, and that should be it. What shirt color should we give? Like I said, this is meant to be a project for a this is a project for a t-shirt design that I'm making. So I am going to give this shirt a white color. Let me see if I take away the pen. Boom. Ooh, no, no, wrong. Take away the paper. Boom. Yep, that's good. And, ooh, at this stage, he's probably going to need, yeah, that's one thing one has to always be careful about when you are putting in these colors. Skin. I have to go to where it's not as defined and just color it up properly. Um, hmm, not what I wanted to say. Yeah, it'll be better now. So cover, there were some areas that were left. You can see not too great, but now I can easily cover these up. You can use this time to go through the rest of the drawing, see if there's anything that's missing and cover that up as well. I think there might be some areas around the lips. Yeah, that might need a bit of work. I'm definitely going to tidy this up a bit more, but this is just to give a quick tutorial on how I get my images for my shirts and the kind of software uh, that I use for that. I mean, for a first time, I don't think I did too bad actually. Not too bad at all, not too shabby. Um, Please let me know in your comments if you feel I've missed anything, but I think I've covered most parts of what I feel about this art, how I want this art represented. Um, just going to do these last areas, these few areas, and that should be everything skin wise. Okay. Um, I don't want to forget this. So, um, not skin, not skin. That's the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that. So a new layer, but this time it's going to be the cornea. Um, I haven't given that a color yet. So we'll do something, make it white, or we could make it yellow if there's some kind of liver disease going on there. And ooh, cool. I won't mind so much how it's colored. So this basically summarizes the character. So let's see if I still need um, my pencil. Ooh, I'm scared. Do I need the pencil layer? Boom! Woohoo! Not bad at all. Not as great as I'd expected it, but not bad. So before I end this, I'm just going to put in a few, some shades, some in a few male parts. So I think to help this area a bit, I'll put some shades here. I'll put some shades as well on the nostrils. Um, some shades here as well. I'll probably make here a bit darker because it doesn't look too defined at the moment. What else? What else? What else? Where else can I put shade? Maybe something here as well. Increase the shade around this area. Yeah, just give it a bit more definition. Um, yeah, I had neglected this area as well. I didn't think I'd need that much in terms of shades, but maybe it's not a bad idea to do something here as well. Um, something there. Just give him something here. I don't know. Good. And then, like I said, my favorite um, brush. Let just get this out of the way. Is that blend? It's blur. It's the blur tool. How blurred do you want it to be? Pretty blurred. I want it pretty blurred. Blurred out. Okay. Let's blur it out. Give it some shade. Give him some shade, man. Just give him some shade. I don't want this showing that much. Good. Show this. Give it. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Blur it in. Blur it into that skin. That beautiful, beautiful melanin. Yeah. Just how they like it. Chocolate melanin. All right. So I want to do the same around here just to. Oh, wow. I can't believe it's probably an hour now. But I am content with how this looks, at least so people have a good introduction on um, how I make my art. So the last part of this, because it's all done now, I'm quite happy with this character. The last part of this is to export it. So Clip Art Studio gives us a very lovely function to export. Um, and this is how I export my files. And I just titled it a caricature of an African. Um, and I think I'll leave it there. It's quite heavy. I always export heavy graphics because I want to be able to use it for large designs as well as small ones. There are videos on that as well, all over the internet. So feel free to check any of those out. But if anyone wants me to repeat or explain how I do it, then I will give a video on that as well. It does take a while to export depending on the size of your video. So just be a bit patient and it should not take any time. So in essence, yeah, this is basically how my work is done. I have a separate video on what I'm going to be using this art for, and the link is in the description. So feel free to use this. I'm going to upload this art. I'll give a video on how I upload on that, but I'm going to upload this art on a website called Pixabay, where you can get free art. Just in case someone wants to use it for something, feel free to use it. Um, and yeah, so tell me what you think about the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you on the other videos. Thanks a lot. Have a good rest of your day. Bye now.